another video. Now before I get into this video, I want to thank you guys for all the support. It's been absolutely insane. Over the past few days, I've gained a ton of new subscribers and it's really just amazing. So with that being said, if you guys enjoy NBA and basketball content, I encourage you guys to hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button. Let's try to hit 200 likes on this video. That would be amazing. But without further ado, let's get into it. The Ball brothers have gained a lot of publicity over the last few years, and it's really due to their father, LaVar. LaVar raised them in such a way where the Ball brothers believe that they are better than anyone else. They believe that if you work hard and you strive towards your goals, anything is possible. I mean, LaVar just came out and said that Lonzo Ball will be better than Stephen Curry. Pretty bold statement, but it should be pretty interesting. So in today's video, I will be telling you guys how the Ball brothers reached basketball stardom. So the first time Lonzo Ball did a pull-up, he was 4 years old. By the time he was 12, he was pressing and sprinting up hills miles long. And when he finally reached Chino Hills High School as the basketball team's starting point guard, he unleashed one of the greatest seasons in California high school basketball history. Now in 2017, he's a freshman at UCLA, and the Bruins have won over 20 games this season, including the time they beat the #1 ranked Kentucky Wildcats in their old building to give them the #2 ranking for just a little while. Everywhere Lonzo Ball has been, he's flourished, and it's thanks to a lifelong training regimen based on his father's views on how basketball should be played. As you guys know, Chino Hills plays a very different style of basketball. From their quick shots to their full court pressing, we have really never seen a team like Chino Hills. Now this is really a testament to LaVar Ball's goals several years ago. So let's talk about LaVar Ball. He's become pretty popular over the past few months with some of his comments, and he also has a pretty great personality. He's about 6'6", 320 pounds, and he played basketball at both Washington State University and at Cal State LA. After he was done playing basketball, he ended up playing a little tight end for the Carolina Panthers and the New York Jets after he graduated. After his playing days had ended, Ball focused all of his attention to his 3 younger sons, Lonzo, LiAngelo, and LaMelo, and his goal was to turn them into basketball prodigies, and it worked. When each of his boys reached the age of 12, LaVar began adding free weights to their workouts with moves like the military press and the bench press, just like LaVar's father had taught him as a child. 7 days a week, the Ball brothers were putting in work at home under the supervision of LaVar. They would do sprints, they would lift weights, they would do everything a little kid shouldn't really be doing. But this is what made LaVar Ball's sons so spectacular. They had an absolutely insane work ethic. From the time they were just kids, they were doing much more than anyone could have ever imagined. Now, one aspect of LaVar's training goes kind of under the radar, and that's the fact that he made his boys sprint almost every single day. He once said that he wants to have his sons run like deers and play a style of basketball that resembles the Golden State Warriors on steroids. LaVar once said, if you play the game 3 to 4 minutes hard with no fouls, that's how you get teams tired. Sometimes you just let them go, let them score, just so you can throw it down the court and run the other way. They can't take their players out of the game unless you call a timeout or get a foul. That's how we do it. Teams would play their heart out in the first half, and then after that, they were done. My boys' shooting and layups are good, but what makes them great is their conditioning. Now I thought that this quote from LaVar Ball really does say a lot. What makes Chino Hills so great is their combination of their ridiculous work ethic and just their sheer uniqueness. People hate on LaMelo Ball for not playing defense, and honestly, he doesn't. But this is just Chino Hills' style of basketball. Some might say that they're starting a revolution that may just revolutionize the game of basketball in general. We already saw what happened to the point guard position. The point guard position is arguably the most important position on the court, and in today's NBA, it's more important than ever. As far as the center position goes, we've already seen centers change their game to now have the ability to shoot, pass, and drive to the basket. Now last season, all 3 of the Ball boys suited up for Chino Hills High School for the very first time. The results were LaVar's dream morphing into just a reality. With Lonzo being a senior, LiAngelo being a junior, and LaMelo being a freshman, Chino Hills blasted opponents into oblivion. They never stopped running. They never stopped throwing outlet passes. They never stopped pulling up from 30 feet, draining 3-pointers, and they never stopped full court pressing the entire game. The Huskies averaged an absurd 98 points per game last season en route to a 35-0 record, and the first championship in school history. Lonzo averaged a triple-double, LiAngelo scored 27.5 points per game, and LaMelo, being only a freshman, averaged 16.4 points per game. It was all a part of LeVar's master plan. LeVar knew that if he pushed his sons from day one, all three of them would be successful one day. And so far, what we've seen from the Ball brothers, LeVar's master plan worked. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, these kids have an absolutely ridiculous work ethic, working out 7 days a week. And on top of that, they've literally been doing that since they were 3 or 4 years old. It's almost as if LeVar can see into the future. He knew that this new style of basketball would change the game. He knew that this style of basketball would make Chino Hills the best team in the state of California. He knew with hard work and a lot of commitment, his boys would one day take over the basketball world. Now his boys haven't slowed down at all. Lonzo is currently averaging 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists a game for UCLA. He's also predicted to go as high as the second overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft. LiAngelo, now a senior at Chino Hills High, scored 72 points in a single game earlier this season, and he'll be making his UCLA debut later this fall. And as for LaMelo, we all know LaMelo Ball. He will become a Bruin in only 3 years, and LaMelo is just doing some absolutely ridiculous things we've never seen a high school sophomore do. Throwing alley-oops between his legs, pulling up from half court, and oh yeah, dropping 92 points. I mean, this is what the Ball brothers have been doing since they were a very young age. I've noticed that on YouTube, a lot of videos are surfacing from when LaMelo was 12, 13 years old, playing with some high school seniors. A few years later, with the help of his older brother LiAngelo and Lonzo last year, they've turned Chino Hills into a national powerhouse. As for UCLA, last year they went 15-17. Now they're in the conversation to win a national championship under Lonzo's leadership. Now LeVar claimed earlier this season UCLA was going to win a national championship, and definitely it was a bold statement. I mean, UCLA went 15-17 the previous year, and teams like that usually don't go on to win the tournament. But this year, with the help of Lonzo Ball, they've definitely turned the program around, and with the Ball brothers coming in and being a part of the program in future years, UCLA will be competing for a title for years to come. Not to mention, they also picked up a great young recruit in Jalen Hands. So we obviously don't know if UCLA will win the title, but it's definitely safe to say that they will be a competitor. Now fast forwarding to present time, LiAngelo and LaMelo still work out with their pops every single day, and Lonzo comes home to join them whenever he has a break at UCLA. LeVar's dream has come to fruition, and even its ending has been meticulously plotted out. Earlier this year he said, "All 3 of my boys will be one and done. This year I gave them the best passer and the best playmaker. He's going to be gone, and guess what? I'm going to bring you the best scorer ever, which is LiAngelo. I'm going to let you rest for a year, and then I'm going to bring you the ultimate one you ain't seen before, which is LaMelo. He's a mixture of Lonzo and LiAngelo. Watch the show, it's about to begin." Some pretty bold statements there from LeVar. He claimed that Lonzo is the best passer and playmaker, LiAngelo is the best scorer, and as for LaMelo, he's the ultimate one. He's the best one. He's a mixture of Lonzo and LiAngelo. It's going to be exciting to see where all 3 of these brothers end up, but all I'm going to say is buckle up. LeVar Ball's boys are about to change the game of basketball forever. So that is going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I showed you guys how the Ball brothers reached basketball stardom. It was really just a combination of LeVar's master plan and the Ball brothers, just their hard work and commitment to the game. Every single day they were working out, they're playing basketball, they're working to improve their game, and it's clearly worked. And I think it just goes to show that if you put your mind to something and you dedicate yourself to something, anything is possible, and the Ball brothers have proved that. Now, before I head out, I just want to say thanks for all the support. I mentioned it earlier in this video, but the channel has just been blowing up lately. I've had some growth I have never had before, and it really just means a ton. I want to thank you guys for all the support. I mean, I've gained hundreds of subscribers in just a few days, and it's just so crazy to think about. So once again, thank you guys for the support.